So today we are going to gather the information that we're going to use on our argumentative paper. So when you click on the link in the lesson in Odysseyware, it's going to send you to this item in your language arts binder in Google Classroom. So we're going to open up our gathering information and we're just going to start filling in your information. So let's say that my topic is school uniforms. My side of the argument, so remember there has to be like two sides that can be argued. My side of the argument is that schools should not have uniforms. And then I need to find two sources. So those first two sections you filled in, you've made a decision based on the ideas you brainstormed in the last lesson. And now we have to find two sources, two internet sites that we're going to gather information from. So we can just simply open a Google tab and we can start typing in our topic. Oh, statistics sounds really good. Pros and cons sounds really good. We could hit on either of those. As you start gathering information, it may be, I can't find enough information to support my claim that we shouldn't have school uniforms. Remember, it's not about your opinion. So I might need to switch this over to schools should have uniforms if I feel like I can write the better argumentative paper for it. So when I'm evaluating sources, what I really want to look for are things like .org or .edu. So procon.org is a fantastic website. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. And you can see here, this is a .com. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that I want to keep looking and see, are there some other things that I could use? Because .com oftentimes is a commercial site. So a lot of these are .coms, and I can reevaluate. Okay, oh, this is a .org, so maybe this would be a good site. So I'm gonna take a look at this one. If I look at this site, it doesn't necessarily look overly biased. It has a link to a TED video, which I've heard of. It does have some ads on the side, which should kind of be a red flag to you because it does mean that whatever website this is, they are selling ad space on their website. So the person who wrote this has a master's degree in law. Um, this doesn't look like it would be an overly scholarly source. So I'm going to save that one. I'm probably not going to go to that one right now. Let's go to this first one, school uniforms, pros and cons. So you can see here already that we have, this is put out by Britannica. This is the people who write like encyclopedia. So this is a great site for you to use. And then you see here it has information about our topics. You can keep reading. It was recently updated within the last year, which is nice. So you can read some information, and it's really nicely broken down for you so that you could get some good statistics. There are some ads, which aren't awesome, but the other things about it, that it's a .org, that it's published by Encyclopedia Britannica, a lot of those things, it's giving you a lot of footnotes to other sources where you could look up their information. That's what these little numbers are. So then that gives you a good idea that you've got a really good source. Okay, so you can see here for my first source, I've copied and pasted the link, And then I've just read through the information and I've pulled some facts that I found, facts and statistics that I found to be interesting. We have bullet points here for 3. You can include a few more than that if you want. But it all needs to be in your own words unless it's in a specific quote. So everything that you see here is in my own words. But right here where I have direct quotes, that actually was stated word for word in my original source. And then I'm going to repeat that process. So I'm going to search school uniforms. Maybe this time instead of pro and con, maybe I'll just go for statistics. And then I'm going to look at the sources again. Oh, I have a .gov, I have a .com, I have a .edu, and a .org. So any of those would be helpful. The .com would be my one that I would go to last. A .edu, a .org, or a .gov would be my first choice. So I'm going to click on this .gov website. And it's going to give me some information about public schools, and I might be able to get some good information here. But then when I look at it, I realize that it's really just some kind of general overall information. I mean, and some of it's kind of outdated, like it's talking about the year 2000. Some of this is a little bit more recent. Like 2017, 2018, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to use this on my paper. So that's okay. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look through another source. So, do uniforms make schools better? Let's take a look at this source. So, finding a good source is just kind of some trial and error. And then this is actually great because it's actually a link to other articles. So I can look through and kind of find some good information. And this is linking me to a .org site, so I'm good. And I'm going to look through and I can probably get some great information here. Okay, so you've hung with me. I have my second source now, and I've copied and pasted the link. I have my 3 facts. Again, you could do more facts if you want, but right now we're just pulling out the interesting facts that we feel like help support our side of the argument. For me, it's school should not have uniforms. Now that I'm done, I'm going to copy this link to my document. So I'm just going to copy it and then I'll go to Edmentum and to Odysseyware and paste this link in the writer's box for the gathering information lesson.